Motyl, talking toys. This is our podcast, we are making noise. So gather round, all you girls and boys. We're Strick and Motyl, we are talking toys.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Toy Talk Guys podcast. I'm Strick.
And I'm Motyl.
We're here to bring you everything happening in the world of toys. We're talking action figures, Lego, video games, and anything else that catches our eye. On today's podcast, we've got some quick news updates for you from the Mattel, both from Mattel. We'll go through those. Then we got our meteor discussion topics, San Diego Comic-Con 2024, some updates from that. We got some Lego Nintendo things to talk about. Some SURREAL Entertainment, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Lunchbox. Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then that investing corner. We're going to be talking about a very special one today. I'll tease it out there. A very special one today, and then we'll get there. Motyl, how we doing, my friend? How we doing on this fine September night?
I'm doing so much better now that I'm talking to my boy about them toys, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we got a good cast lined up here.
I'm feeling good about this. I'm excited to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, man. A lot of good buzzwords in that intro. So I'm chomping at the bit not to transition into our topic here. But yeah, dude, our first quick mention. I'm pretty excited about this stuff, even though I don't collect it. Street Sharks, man. Mattel, they shipped out the second wave of Street Sharks figures.
Wow. Second wave.
Yeah, we did talk about the first wave on a few casts ago, that Mattel is redoing the Street Sharks from the 90s. They're not just, putting out the same molds. They are updating the figures. They're still like the same beefy, leathery figures, but now they just have more posability. They're brand spanking new. They're just updated. They're nicer. They're crisper. And it's making me kind of want to collect them, even though I'm probably not. But anyway, we talked about the first wave. Second wave came out. People are really enjoying them. Second wave included Big Slam Moo, Streaks, and Dr. Paranoid. So people have those in hand. And then I will be mentioning a lot of SDCC news later, but just to throw it in here, Mattel did show off a whole bunch of new Street Sharks figures to come. They kind of dove a little deeper into later series, like series 3 and 4 of the old series. So who knows what's going to come out, man. It's an exciting time to be a Street Sharks fan here, I'll be honest with you. So yeah, man, looking forward to what's to come.
These look nice. I have more appreciation for them now that this a little tease for a collection update. We're dipping into action figures in the Strick household. So like these are looking nice, man. I'm liking the articulation. I'm liking the colors. Very retro look, but yeah, like you said, looking fresh, looking good.
Yeah, Mattel's really doing a good job with this.
They're doing the work. Speaking about what works, man, dude, just throw Stranger Things on it, man, and it's gonna sell. Here we go. Let's Stranger Thingsify the next thing. This is Polly Pocket. We should. It's kind of a twofer. Polly Pocket's back in a major way, like the old school Polly Pockets. The old clamshells, open them up, then you got a little play set. Well, guess what, man? They were like, sprinkle a little Stranger Things on that. We need our Stranger Things crew in there. We've got some Polly Pocket sets, Stranger Things themed. I'm not mad at them. They look pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I think they did a pretty good job. What are you thinking about these, Motyl? You like this thing? You like these Polly Pockets?
Dude, you know my love for Polly. We've spoken about Polly on previous casts. We had a whole dedicated segment to Polly at one point. So yeah, man, I'm here for it. I love that they did this. This is a nice, interesting new market to go after. They could have just put out, retro figures or something else like you've seen a million times, but they didn't. They're doing something neat and niche here. As much as I'm not a big fan of Stranger Things, I'm okay with it. But yeah, this collab here, I'm really digging it.
I'm curious how much longer Stranger Things can kind of hold on to this mantle of like, yeah, just put us on stuff. Like, I don't know if the popularity's still there. It had its moment. I feel like it's waning a bit. Maybe that's just me. But I'm with you, man. I'm here for the Polly. I'm here for the pockets. I think I'd take a regular Polly Pocket over this, but I do like these figures. I like that Demogorgon figure a lot. There's something about the Polly figures that I'm just really digging. Those like you know me, I'm a Lego guy, so they're like almost Lego-esque. That's just that simple little, like, let's try to make it as close as possible to the character as best we can
Yeah,
with
man.
the medium that we're working with. Yeah, it seems like they're dipping they've got some retro regular poly out there, and then they're dipping their toes into like, ooh, let's throw Harry Potter on it. Let's throw Stranger Things on it. And honestly, the only reason I brought this on is like this is all over my news feed. You know, it's tailored to me. I know it's not on everybody's news feed, but like I can't get away from this Polly Pocket, this Stranger Things Polly Pocket.
Oh, okay. So you saw like Harry Potter.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's on Amazon. You can buy that, and they have Friends, and they have.
Oh yes.
I don't know enough
yes.
about it. I just saw the news story
Okay.
about this
yeah.
one in particular.
Yeah, you're right. I did see Friends on there.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make like the Lego move where like let's just nail the medium and then slap every theme imaginable on top of it.
Right.
That seems to be the play, which I think could work. I like this, and if they did it, I mean, if they did like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I'm sure you'd be looking at it. And like same for me with like it could be like Mario or anything. I'd be like, oh, that's pretty neat. I might pick that up.
Dude,
So.
I told this is on the cast already, but like back in the day when Polly Pocket was around, I was like, man, I need an excuse to buy this. This stuff is cool. Like I want this stuff, but you couldn't.
Yeah, there's them. Anything for us? Anything we'd be interested in?
Not yet. Figment, it's back to the bone. Get me out. Looks like you're really into him, Stan. Zap him. Safe. Not so safe. It's Sludge Bucket. What a slide. I've been gooped. Activate new turtle blasters. We ain't afraid of no ghosts. Ah!
Peter Venkman, Bad to the Bone, and Sludge Bucket with ectoplasm, each sold separately. Ghostbusters from...
Well, dude, I mean, you know people come to us for all the latest and greatest in the world of toys. We're always really quick with getting stuff out there, and I'm jesting. SDCC happened like a month ago now at this point that we're recording, but...
Was it in July?
It was in August.
Oh, okay, there's an
It's
August.
like at the beginning of August. You know me, man. I had to throw my 2 cents in on some of this stuff. I just handpicked some of the most... gargantuan news coming out of SDCC 2024, man. And by that I mean some of the stuff that just kind of jumped out to me personally. I kind of wanted to just run some things off. MEZCO, they put out 5 points, a new set of Goonies figures, which I'm not even going to ask you, Strick, because I'm sure you've never seen Goonies, but...
Yeah, you'd be correct.
Not to say that like doing Goonies figures is anything remotely original, just because, I mean, NECA's taken a shot at it. Super 7, they have like the whole retro line out for it. I know there's others. I think MEZCO actually did it several years ago as well. But I have this like affinity for their 5 points line. It's kind of like this happy medium between like Super 7's reaction and like the NECA stuff. It's nice. It's like a simple figure, but it's like highly detailed. So I kind of appreciate it that it's kind of like found its own footing in that area. They've kind of done these Goonies in a way where if I was actually buying the Goonies figures, I myself would probably gravitate towards this kind of collection. Yeah, so you've already confirmed you haven't seen Goonies, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we will move on from there. So
I mean, I like the figures. They look good.
So this isn't something that was exactly a reveal at the con, but this is something that was brought to my attention that I wasn't aware of its existence. I'm not the kind of person that just ignores when Ghoulies 2 memorabilia comes onto the scene for purchase. I'm not one to ignore that, so I need to make everybody known here that Syndicate Collectibles Ghoulies 2 statue. So it's not exactly toys.
Collectible.
It's a collectible. It's a statue. It's 1/4 scale polystone diorama statue. It's not something that I'm going to buy, obviously, because what are you looking at here? It's a $600 price point. I mean, that's expensive.
Doggy.
But I mean, considering what you're getting.
Considering what you're getting.
If you are a fan of Ghoulies 2, I'm a diehard fan of Ghoulies 2, and it's funny, you're gonna clown me for this. I know you're gonna clown me for it because I'm not going to buy this, obviously, but I feel like I
yeah.
am like the demographic for this product.
You
So
certainly
it's like,
are.
if I'm not buying it, who is? But I'm cheap, so there's that. But to describe this for people who are just listening to the cast, yeah, it's a nice little diorama of what looks to be the outside of Satan's Den. That's the carnival attraction where basically the whole movie takes place. It's the outside of that, and then it's the 5 ghoulies that all look pretty good, all things considered. I'd say 1 or 2 aren't looking that hot, but they're all accounted for. This isn't just like one ghoulie; it's all of them. It's the whole team that are in the movie. You get that nice like big moniker of Satan at the top because that is prevalent like throughout the whole movie. It's iconic for people who are fans of the franchise. So I hold this movie very near and dear to my heart. It was the first horror movie I purchased on DVD, and I still have that. It's sitting 2 feet away from me. That's the copy that I watch if I want to watch Ghoulies too. So saw this, and it kind of tugged at my heartstrings a little bit. I'm like, ooh, I kind of want that, but I love $600 so much more than I love this.
Do any of the characters come off that, or are they just like glued, cemented to that statue?
It's safe to assume that they do not move.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
$600, man. That's a tall ask. I mean, if I had all the money in the world, I would get this for you because I just know how much you would appreciate it. But who doggy? I don't know who's buying this.
Here's the thing. I would like this a lot, and I would appreciate it. It would be fun to have. But, man, at some point, some company, somewhere, they got to pull the trigger and just make figures. No figures exist. Like proper 6-inch scale or 4-inch scale, whatever they scale them at. No proper figures. It's all just like collector stuff like this. Like Trick or Treat Studios did something where they made like 2 of the puppets where they're to scale, I guess, in the movie, I think. There's been masks. There's been so much merchandise. Yeah, just dedicated
Swag,
to Ghoulies.
merch.
Yeah, but nothing's been like there hasn't been like a proper set, and this just gets so close. It's so close. It's right there, but the price point and the fact that they don't move it kills it for me. But still, it's exciting to see. I want to see the franchise continue to get love. Speaking of which, I'm still holding out for a box set, which is never going to happen. Of all 4 movies, I feel like all the rights get wrapped up in so many different places.
Are they still very challenging to like acquire? Like I remember one you have is like not U.S. format, like the 4th one or something. Is that right?
No,
or am I thinking of a different franchise?
No, it's the 3rd one. No, you're right. It's the third one.
Okay.
The 3rd one. Ghoulies Go to College. Yeah, I had to buy a region-free DVD player to play it because I bought one from the UK. So I imported it, so I have a region-free DVD player, so I can watch that. I mean, and it's terrible, so I don't recommend anybody doing that. Yeah, man, I'm a really big fan of the franchise, and I guess it's a little shocking that I'm not buying it, but the $600 price point, man, just keep coming back to that.
That is too expensive. Hey, real quick, I was doing a Google search I was trying to sense how popular Ghoulies is compared to some other stuff that has been done in action figure form. So I looked up just like Hellraiser. I don't know why that one came to mind. I remember like NECA does a ton of Hellraiser, and then I put in there for fun Murder, She Wrote, and I put it through the old Google Trends machine to just get a sense. It's definitely less popular than those 2 things. Markedly so, but I think you know that. I mean, there was a period of time when Ghoulies was as searched as, or more searched than Hellraiser. So there you go. There was a period of time. It was very specifically July 2023. So for whatever
July
reason,
2023. It's stacked up with Hellraiser. Okay.
But would you venture a guess? What is the state that has the most Ghoulies searches, if you had to guess? Not like it's like kind of a per capita thing. What would you guess? I don't think you're gonna get it.
Let's say Idaho, but just the top north sliver that separates, what is it, Montana and Washington?
That was a pretty close guess. You know what? I could look at the metro and maybe that would tell me a different story. It was West Virginia. West Virginia.
Oh, so close, dude.
Yeah, and it looks like Terra.
People of West Virginia.
Terre Haute, Indiana. I'm probably saying that wrong, but that is the metro that has the most Ghoulies searches.
That's weird. Aren't they like paying people to move there now? That's weird.
To West Virginia? Yeah, well, I mean, they're all Ghoulies fans there, apparently. Ghoulies movie, yeah, they're searching Ghoulies there, dude. Anyway.
Dude, my kind of people, man. Gotta check out West Virginia.
You've hit a couple states so far. You might as well. Hit West Virginia.
That's got to be one of the best things I've heard today. I love that fact. That's so good. Again, that was it was already known before SDCC, but it was there on display. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned it here and get that Ghoulies love out there. So there was one more thing I wanted to talk about, and probably one of the most controversial things, in my opinion, to come out of SDCC. Yeah, Mondo. Don't ask me what else Mondo has done. I don't think they've been on the cast before.
I don't remember talking Mondo.
Definitely heard of them before, but they are trying their hand, and it's been on the airwaves for a while of like that this is coming out. Like there's been so much chatter about them like doing real Ghostbusters cartoon proper in action figure form. There's been so much chatter about it, so much leading up to it, and then finally they were on display at SDCC. People were like blown away. They're like, oh my gosh, they look so good. Just to confirm, it's like 6-inch scale. They look great, but the only things that were on display was Peter Venkman and Egon Spangler, and then 2 of the villains from the cartoon show, and then 2 little mini ghosts, one being Slimer and this other unnamed blue ghost. So they're going to be sold in 3 packs, and the thing is, each pack, $202 for each pack.
Ooh, doggy.
6-inch scale, dude.
Yeah, I'm looking
what are
at
we
their
doing?
site.
What are we doing?
I'm looking at their. It's funny because I do know Mondo, because I was looking for X-Men figures and this Cyclops popped up, and it's $220 just for Cyclops. So like, yeah, man, this is to the extreme level of just like all the detail, everything you'd want. Like, obviously not for us, but somebody buys this stuff.
Are you talking about these Ghostbuster figures? Yeah, I mean, they look good.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And I'm a Ghostbusters fan. I had so many Ghostbusters toys. I still have Ghostbusters. You know I bought Ghostbusters toys. It's on the cast. I bought Ghostbusters toys. I love Ghostbusters. There's no way I would ever buy this. I'd buy, there's just no way, man. And it's like...
You're not the market, man.
Dude, I don't know. I'm kind of the market. Or don't you want, like, casuals buying this?
You're half the market. I don't think they do. At $220, you don't have to sell that many of them, you know?
It's not $220. It's $202. So, if you're doing that, look, just think about this. It's $202 for a 3-pack, quote-unquote 3-pack. I don't know if those little mini ghosts count as figures, but
I'm sure that's one of them. Yeah, I mean their one figures alone are like $200, man. That's actually a steal for them. Getting them what is that like? God, I can't $70 a fig about. I mean that's crazy expensive, but that for the going rate for their regular figures, that's like a steep discount. I guess is what I'm saying.
Fine, let me put it in more perspective. You want to buy all 4 Ghostbusters? Pay $808 for all 4 Ghostbusters then.
Oh, dude, I think it's ridiculous. Yeah, like I'm not trying to defend them. I'm
You're playing devil's advocate. I get it.
I'm just poking fun at it because it's like, oh yeah, $200. I mean, that's a steal compared to the rest of their stuff that they're trying to sell. Like, go to their website. It's like, it's crazy. Some of these are above $200 for one figure. It's like, oh my gosh, it's a Panther, $500. You're joking me. It's sold out. Sold out.
It's just crazy because there's been so much hype around it for like somebody to do the real Ghostbusters, in a really nice 6-inch scale. And like Hasbro, they did stuff that was similar, but that stuff's kind of fizzled. And now it's like, Mondo took this on and everybody was so hyped about it. And then it gets to the point where it gets revealed and it's like, yeah, it looks great. And then there's so many apologists out there that are just like, well, yeah, these look amazing. Well, they are like $202 for each set, but, we'll just forget about that. These figures look awesome. And I'm just like, no, dude, there's no way you could, I can't look away from that price point. I feel bad when I'm buying like $30 action figures. I'm like, I feel really guilty doing this. Like, I could put this money towards something else. I feel really bad about doing stuff like that. And again, I said it before on this cast, I'm cheap, so I can't, there's no way I could ever justify doing this. There's so many people out there talking about, like, what do I do? It's like, do I buy the figures and then, like, I'll sell, like, like, I don't want these monsters. Like, I just want the Ghostbusters. It's like, do I sell everything else and just keep the Ghostbusters and try to profit, like, try to get back some money?
I don't think you seriously contemplate it. I think that's the goal. I'm just curious about Mondo now, like this business model. Like, I guess people buy this stuff, like, really, really expensive. One figure. I guess this is a market. Man,
it's crazy, man. Where it kind of like puts me in a headspace where I'm just like, I am so glad where I enjoy talking about this kind of stuff with you rather than like buying it now, because like ever since like Hasbro kind of took a hit and Power Rangers stuff is like not really coming out, I'm just like, I'm really coming at this stuff as like a whole, oh, this is interesting to keep up with and see what happens rather than going out and buying it and budgeting. Like,
you said it, dude. You said it.
I'm really, really starting to take a step back.
Oh man, I'm glad you shared that. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm watching stuff pass by and I'm like, I really don't need that. Like, I really just can't afford that, honestly. Yeah. Like, I want, a lot I want, but yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But yeah, there was some other good stuff coming out of SDCC, but it's been well documented, well covered. I just kind of want to put my 2 cents in there, just, put the lenses on of what Motyl was checking out at SDCC. Oh, yeah. So this is the stuff that popped out to me.
And the adventure begins. Collect coins along the way. Get to the goal on time, and then rebuild the level with Bowser. Lego Super Mario. Your levels, your adventures.
Lego Mario included in starter course. Other sets sold separately.
All right, pump up your favorite Nintendo jam, dude, because we're dipping through all the franchises, or most of them. We're talking Lego, Nintendo. This section is called Hits and Misses, because we got some hits and we got some misses. Mm-hmm. Motyl, I don't know if you know which are which, but we got Zelda, Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, and then we got Mario. If we want to talk about that, we don't really need to.
Yeah, just run it down. Wasn't Zelda revealed at SDCC?
It could have been. I slept on SDCC. I don't know what I was doing, but I was sleeping. But I think it was announced there. I think you're right. So this is a hit. So we're calling this a hit, kind of hit, pseudo hit. Nintendo put out the Great Deku Tree, or Deku Tree, however you like to say that, 2-in-1. So you can make the Ocarina Time style, or you can make the Breath of the Wild style. And you get 2 Link figures, you get a Zelda figure, and I think that's kind of it on figures. I think you get those 3 figures. Looks really nice. It's $300, so it's not cheap. And I think that's kind of where they missed on this. You like this one? I'm calling this a hit. They got figures in there. They got a nice scene.
Dude,
they got it all.
I mean, you said the Great Deku Tree. They could have named this Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. They could have named it whatever they wanted. The fact that you got figures in there, that is
man.
That is just a breath of fresh air, man. Breath of the Wild.
There's going to be a Breath of the Fresh Wild. There's going to be a theme here with the hits and misses. This is a hit. We've got figures. We've got pretty good figures. Oh, I lied. There's 3 Links that you get. You get a young Link in a green tunic. You get an adult Link in green tunic from Ocarina. Oh, you get a nice Ocarina piece. I kind of missed that before. That's pretty sweet. And then you get the Breath of the Wild Zelda and Link. And they all look great. Like, they look spot on, fantastic. Love it. I'm going to get these figures at some point. I'm not going to buy the set because it's crazy expensive. But I wish that they had just done something a little smaller. Maybe a couple small sets instead of just like a big, massive one. That would have been my only wish.
Like a town.
Yeah,
right?
Like, just give us Link's house, and just give us Link. And make it like a $20 set, Make us happy. Do something for the fans. Don't bleed us dry.
And you want some townspeople that he talks to too.
Oh yeah, you got to have the little what are they called? The cokerie. I can't remember what the cokerie. People are gonna scream in the comments, but yeah, whatever. The little green guys in the green tunics, his friends from Ocarina. There we go. So that's a hit. We'll call that a hit. Next one, we'll just go to the list. Animal Crossing, another hit, even though not my favorite game. My wife really likes this game, but it's a pretty good one. But here we go, man. More figures, and people are loving this series. Like, people are building little Animal Crossing towns, and they're just releasing like every figure I feel like you'd want. All the main crew and even like the side stuff. I don't know how much else they're gonna do, but they just announced like three more sets and another wave. So like people are like all over this stuff, and I want to pick some of these up. I know you're not a big Animal Crossing fan, but
I get it, dude. They're putting out figures, man. This is awesome. Like, it's exciting stuff. You don't seem excited about it.
I don't seem excited about it.
No, dude. This is like this almost seems like the turning point of just like, man, we got Link, we got Animal Crossing. Like, come on, Mario. Here we go.
All right, well, here we go. Let's hit some misses. Here we go. Ready? Mario Kart. Get set. Here we come. January 1st. What do we got? We got some blockies in here. Dude, the blockies are back in Mario. They're just like, I don't know what they're doing. They're hanging on to these. So this was announced at some point. I forget when, like months ago. We're as you know, we're right on the news. But like all the sets and like nice price points, like Yoshi's bike is like 15. I mean, these are Lego price points, but like $15, a $20, $35, a $30. So like a nice mixture of types of sets. The carts look pretty good. I'm not mad at those. I like the scenery. Like, I feel like they kind of nailed the Mario Kart aesthetic. It's just the figures, man. They're not doing it for me and the rest of the community.
That's a shame, too.
Yeah, man.
It's like the whole figures, that throws everything off. And that makes... It detracts from everything. It makes it look just like somebody made this and, like, took pictures of it. Like, this is my, like, dream set, you know? It just makes it look totally fan-made.
It does. Yes, it does. It's spot on, and it's like they have to hear the feedback that nobody likes these figures. Like, I haven't heard a single person try to defend them in the comments in any posting about Mario stuff, and I'll give them a little bit of credit here. They have cleaned them up a little bit. Like Donkey Kong looks a heck of a lot better than he does in the other series. These are not it. It's a shame. Well, it's a shame for anybody that was really excited about this. I can totally pass on these and feel good about it. So that's nice for me. But yeah, man, yikes. What a miss. What a swing and a miss.
You just wonder if they'll ever have like some kind of like apologetic release and just like admitting like, hey, we are so sorry for all these years of releasing this subpar Mario stuff. Here's the set you've been wanting. And yes, we're going to keep all your money from all the garbage sets that we put out too. But sorry.
So it's not unprecedented. When they originally released Minecraft, it was micro scale, and they were like, we're sticking to micro scale. I think they had like 4 or 5 sets that they put out. And then eventually people were like, yo, I'm not buying this until there's figures. And then those sets today, still, the micro scale stuff are like pennies. I haven't checked them in a while, but I'm pretty sure you can get those for like nothing. Like nobody wants that stuff. And then it's like the figure sets sell so well. Like I mean, that's a great line for them. So I imagine this stuff's not going to do all that hot. I mean, for like Mario, it's like marquee stuff. This should be their top selling stuff next to Star Wars and Marvel. Like it's right up there. And I'm sure it's one of their worst selling lines. And they have to wake up to that and be like, all right, come on, guys. let's give the people what they want. Let's stop messing around. Because dang, this would be so sweet. Like a Yoshi bike with like a blue Yoshi. Oh my god, just imagine like all the figs you could get and all the character packs they could do and stuff. They're just like sleeping on this, man. Worse than sleeping. They're like pooping on it. They're just making it terrible. So as you can tell, I'm bummed about this, and I think most of the community is. And I linked to the other Mario stuff. We don't have to talk about it. It's
just
not
more of the same.
It's not. Yeah, it's more of the same. They're just like recommitting to it. They're just like, yep, here it is. And then they're just putting out these like, I guess if you do link out to it and go to the first page on there, you'll see this. They announced this at San Diego Comic-Con, the Super Mario World, Mario and Yoshi.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh yeah, this might be something cool. Like it's gonna be like SNES stuff, and then it's like this, which is cool. It's a cool, put it on a shelf kind of thing, but people are just dying for like, God, just give me a figure to go along with that. Like, I would just be so happy if I just had a little fig of him with his sweet cape and like could go into a Yoshi. Like, you're capable of doing it, Lego. Like, stop it now. So hopefully they learn from, I mean, I imagine Animal Crossing at this point is selling better than Mario, which like says it all, Hopefully, I haven't heard many rumors, but like, God, all their series, like Star Fox is just like so prime for like Lego and so many other series. Like, God, they could just make so much money. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if there's a Nintendo franchise you can think of that you're just like, oh, they got to do this. Like, it would just be gangbusters, like selling like hotcakes.
Dude, are you kidding me? If they did Star Fox though, that would be so tight. Do everybody's aircraft? or everybody's
Yeah,
spacecraft.
everybody's aircraft.
That would be awesome.
I mean, just make your rounds on all the Smash characters, man, and just like, okay, let's do like a Samus set and just like a sweet Metroid build, and oh my god, they can do so much stuff.
Oh, dude, I mean, my dream would be like a level in Smash, like Dreamland, with like 4 iconic characters just in minifig form. Oh my gosh, dude.
That'd be too good. Yeah, they'd never do that. That would be too good. We'll see. Maybe. Hopefully there's a long time on this license. Anyway, there's like a ton of other Lego news, but this just kind of made me giggle and rage at the same time. When I saw the Mario Kart stuff, I was like, what are they doing? So I had to talk about it.
Celebration. Egg salad.
Dad, we need an all-star lunch.
Lunchables. All-star burgers. Delicious grilled cheeseburgers. Even cola. How about sardine smoothies?
How about not?
We made it through math, got through social studies by the skin of our teeth. Finally, the lunch bell rings. We head on down. What do you got today, man? You open up that lunchbox. Ooh, wait a minute. Hang on. Let me check out that lunchbox before you open it. Ooh, you got some Power Rangers on your lunchbox,
Ooh, yeah.
man. Yeah, that's right. We're not talking toys. We're talking lunchboxes. Power Rangers Teen Titans lunchbox with thermos. So this is a new lunchbox that's getting put out. I don't know if it's a sad state of affairs that I'm talking about lunchboxes on here, but I couldn't resist because like retro style tin lunchboxes getting produced today, it's not really uncommon. You see it in a lot of places, but this one kind of jumped out at me because first of all, I am like hot and bothered for Power Rangers merchandise to come out because there's just nothing coming out. So this jumped out at me and I'm like, oh, yeah, cool, lunchbox. Now, when you look at the lunchbox straight on, it's got the original team, the core 5, and then Tommy, the Green Ranger, over top of them. Then you got all 6 power coins represented on each side of the lunchbox.
Pretty sweet.
Then the thermos has both the Megazord and the Dragon Zord. Awesome. That's great that you got representation of everything in there. Zords, Rangers, full team. And then when you flip over on the back, you get Rita and her squad, dude. All the palace monsters are there. You got Rita, Squat, Babu, Finster, and Goldar all standing in the Moon Palace. I love it, dude. That is the core reason why I brought this on. Because I just feel like that kind of stuff doesn't get love on merchandise anymore. That kind of brought me in to look at this product, in detail. I'm just like, wow, they really hit all the proper notes on this lunchbox. And it almost makes me want to get it. Because it is $24.99. So it's not something that I'd be bringing my lunch into the office, with. But I don't know. I'd be kind of considering it. Just because it's, considering what you're getting and considering how pricey things are these days, it's not a bad deal. Where are we at with lunchboxes?
Lunchboxes had their moment, man. I remember like kids having, this character or that character, and it's like, ooh, who's on your lunchbox? Yeah, man, that was huge. That was a big thing. I can't remember having a cool one. I might have had like a character lunchbox, but I never had a cool one with thermos. Would you put that thermos to use?
Dude, that always kind of eked me out as a kid, I'll be honest with you. That was kind of like, that was yucky to me. I definitely saw kids use the thermos. They're like dumping out like chicken noodle soup into the cup. And I'm like, that is so yucky. And then it's like, what do you do after it? Because it's like, you can't just go to the bath. You don't bring it to the bathroom. It's like, you just tighten it up and then you got chicken noodle soup and remnants in there for the rest of the day. That's yucky, dude. Eked me out.
I remember watching a kid pour like SpaghettiOs out of it and just being like, nope, never. I would never use that.
No, I mean, if I packed, it was always like a sandwich and like chips or something,
Yeah. You don't want to be messing around with like managing temperatures and be like, oh, is the soup okay? Is it still warm?
I know, dude.
But man, that is a cool thermos. I would want to use it. That's the only thing. Maybe I'd just put like a hot drink in it and just have like a sweet hot drink out of that thing.
I would want to put like cocoa in there and bring it to like you know, like a community event, like if we were caroling or something. Maybe offer it to somebody, but not like be sincere about it, because we'd have to drink out of the same cup.
You just be one of like, you just want to be showing it off, just like,
of course.
Hey, Coco, you want? Oh, this came with my lunchbox.
What were some of the other designs you remember as a kid? Like what were some of the biggest ones? I'll tell you, Disney was a big one for me.
Disney was big.
I would see so many Disney, like Lion King and like Aladdin. I would see those so often.
Aladdin, yeah.
And then
I'm trying to remember.
And then growing up in Pennsylvania, it was always like you would see a lot of like Eagles stuff, NFL. To that point, same point, people would be like repping, you know, like Dallas Cowboys stuff just to like rip on Eagles kids too.
just to be that kid. Like I want to say like Care Bears. I feel like someone I knew had a Care Bear lunchbox.
That's hard, dude.
I feel like we were kind of at the tail end of that. Like it was bigger in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
And then we were kind of at the tail end when it's like, man, are people still doing this? Like I always had just like a soft lunch, just like a generic like blue soft lunchbox.
Oh, dude, you are so that kid.
Fancy.
You are so that kid.
Or just the brown bag. Oh, we were brown bag for a while.
Okay. Dude, I was school lunch for a while. I loved school lunch. I didn't have to worry about it. My mom was always just like, yeah, why aren't you just buying lunch there? It's like, yeah, why am I not? Like, let's just get the pizza there. Like, come on.
That's the way to go. I mean, the school I went to, we didn't have school lunch. Like, you had to bring. And, except on Fridays, they had hot lunch. And you could order hot lunch, but you had to pre-order it. And I don't know, for whatever reason, like my parents never wanted me to get it or order it. And it was always like Chick-fil-A or something fantastic. It was like pizza or Chick-fil-A. And it's like, all right, everybody's getting hot lunch. And here's my brown bag sandwich. Gotta eat this thing. So yeah, that was a sad state of affairs. I remember that.
Did you ever get stuff in your lunchbox where you traded?
Dude, I wish. Yeah, I mean, I had the years where that was the case. I just had such a lame lunch, I remember, that nobody wanted my stuff. I would always be trying to bargain up, and everybody's like, carrot sticks? No way, dude. I'm not trading for carrot sticks. Yeah.
Okay.
Were you in that game?
Yeah, I mean, if I packed, like I said, it would always be like a sandwich and chips or something simple. But there would be times where I would get Lunchables, few and far between. But it's one of those things where it's like, if I get Lunchables and there's some other kid that got Lunchables, and it's like, well, what kind of Lunchables you got? It's like, oh, you interested in trading? Well, it's like, yeah, I mean, are you feeling my cheese, ham, and cracker Lunchables? And they're like, oh, you got that one? No, I don't want that one.
No way.
No, I'm sitting on pizza over here, dog.
With the peps.
Yeah,
with the peps over here. Or the nacho cheese.
Oh, yeah, nachos.
They don't sell that one anymore, I don't think.
No.
I don't know if they sell that one anymore.
No.
They still make the pizzas.
Oh, yeah, pizzas are a hot seller, yeah. But the nachos, that...
I think they still make that nasty ham still, though.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that ham and cheese. Oof.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, if you like it, you like it, but yuck.
It was all about the Capri Sun and the candy that came with it, too. So
Yeah. The pizzas today come with like airheads. I'm like, why are they putting airheads in these things? I don't remember it ever being airheads.
Oh, dude, it's the perfect accent to your frozen pizza.
It's always like, it's always like hard, and you can't even like. I mean, my kids are young; they can't even handle an airhead. I'm like, we're throwing this away. What do you want? Like, let's pull some from the cabinet.
Oh man, but yeah, dude. Again, this is tempting me for this particular lunchbox. Not only because it's like, I feel like it's just like the perfect summation of what Power Rangers looks like, you know? But at the same time, I have been very tempted to grab certain lunchboxes, like vintage lunchboxes, mainly that of like Saban property franchises. I see stuff pop up for like VR Troopers, Beetleborgs, you know, the sister shows to Power Rangers.
Right.
Now, I did pull the trigger on a vintage Masked Rider lunchbox.
Okay.
And that's because it was in such great condition. It still had all the paperwork inside. It had the tag on it, so it was never used. Thermos was in great shape, and I couldn't pass on it. It was like, I think I paid like $15 for it or something. Vintage. It is a display case darling.
Is it that blue one? That blue guy?
Yeah, dude. Oh, you're looking it up. The master.
I'm eyeing it up.
Yeah, dude.
1996. Yeah, I'm checking it out. That's looking good.
I couldn't pass it up, so I'm in the lunchbox game technically. So I'm just like, well, what's one more? You know, maybe I just start collecting lunchboxes.
Somebody's gotta.
It's so tempting with Rita's crew on the back like that, dude. That is so good.
I feel like I gotta talk you out of this. I mean, $25. It ain't too bad.
No,
you get some use out of it, but yeah, man, I don't want to see you getting in the box game, man. You got too many action figures to get in your life.
I know.
Get out of that box world, dude.
I just thought it'd be fun to talk about school lunch, man, just because it was such a big part of our lives.
Yeah. I'm glad Power Rangers is in such a drought that this is what you got to bring on.
This is where I'm at in my life.
I like talking other stuff.
Good to Grow helps bring the smile, so bring a big grin to game day or a giggle to the backseat. There's hundreds of characters, plus no added sugar and spill-proof design, so any sip can become a special moment. Bring home a smile with Good to Grow.
All right, dude. It is time for our investing section. Toy investing. Everyone's favorite topic, at least mine. I think some other people like it, because when we invest in these things, we like to know that they hold some value. I think everybody kind of plays this game in the back of their head. They're just like, doing the math. Like, if I die, here you go. Here's like a big sum of, whatever it is that I can pass down to my loved ones, and they have to deal with my huge collection. So we're keeping this going. Last time we did Amiibo, which was fun. This time we're changing it up a bit. Again, we're stepping out of the toy realm, but certainly collectible. Maybe. We're talking about Good to Grow juice toppers. Tell me you know about these. Tell me what you know about these juice toppers.
This is something.
This is something.
I've seen them. I actually.
Okay.
Yeah, we've bought one or two here.
Anybody with a child has seen these. I don't know how long they've been running. I think they're a little bit newer. There was definitely like shampoo bottles and stuff like this as a kid with characters on top of them, but I don't really remember juices quite like this. They're pretty available now. I see them all over the park, wherever, at the grocery store, certainly. And they just have a bunch of characters, lots of Disney characters. And I was just curious, I'll tell a little bit of a personal story and why this came up. So we go to the grocery store every weekend. Me and my two sons now go, and we get all the groceries for the week together. It's like a little daddy-son outing. It's a good time. And like I strategically move around the grocery store to avoid meltdowns. So it's like, okay, we're gonna like get all the hard stuff done first when they're fresh. Then we're gonna like whip around to the dairy section where it's like cool and kind of fun. And then right when they're about to break down after we get the milk, it's like shoot right to the juice. And it's like, who wants juice? What character are we picking? Because then you can like just knock out the rest of the grocery shopping in the dry food section with those kids happy sucking their juice down. So I get these every week. 2 of these every week now. And it's like always different characters. And I'm like, should I throw these away? Should I hang on to them? I don't know. So I was like, let me look them up. Let me put them on the cast before we get too much further. You said you bought like a couple of these. It sounds like you haven't bought as many as I have.
No. We bought one in passing, and I don't think it's around anymore. And then I just recently, as in today, bought one.
Oh, okay.
Just for this segment.
Oh, nice. All right, sweet. I was going to say, that was quite the coincidence, but you did it for the segment, so that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Can I ask who you got, or do you want me to guess?
No, you don't have to guess. There's like a million of these things. We've got all here all night.
I'm going to guess you got Lightning McQueen.
No. You couldn't be more wrong.
Okay.
I got the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park.
Oh, dude, that's my next guess was Jurassic World. That was my next guess.
There was only 3 to choose from. There was that, Woody, and some other thing I didn't know.
Well, we're going to see them in here. I know they showed up. So the link that's in here, I linked out. It is the sold listing of eBay. That's where we got to go. We got to go to eBay. We got to go to the sold listings page. So this stuff has actually sold. Somebody paid money for this stuff. We assume that the sale goes through and nobody backs out. But let's get a sense of what these things are going for. I'll say off the top, not too much. I was kind of expecting more of a collector market around here. There's a little signs of that in here. Some collector, people are buying this stuff, so obviously somebody's doing something with them, likely collecting them. But It seems like Disney stuff is kind of the best selling. Maybe that's not too surprising, but you got some like Bluey at the top. You got some Toy Story. I'd say like the one that's popped out at me. I don't know if you found this, Motyl, just kind of scrolling through here. There's a 4th of July Mickey that I've seen. That's the highest selling single topper that somebody has sold, and it's sold for around like $25. So I mean, these things retail for like I think like $4, $3 to $5 depending on the store.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I mean, man, get yourself a couple of those, dude. Flip them, 25 bones. I'm kind of feeling like I should hang on to some of these now that I'm seeing some of the even for lots. You know, people are getting like, I don't know. Considering I was just gonna throw it away,
oh yeah,
it might not be a bad idea to like just hang on to it and get a little lot going.
Exactly, that is the way to go. You want to sell these, you know, by almost by weight.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've seen, so like it seems like some of the characters are a little hot right now. Like Lightning McQueen and Mater sold for around $20 together. But then you just have like some big lots, and then people are just selling the juice by itself, which is pretty funny. But you know, I do see like, you know, Bluey cartoon rare muffin. So like there's rare, harder to find ones. It doesn't seem like there's much of a market here, but I mean, 90. What was it like? What I searched was like 100 sold in, I think this is like 90 days. So about one a day sells. It's not great, but it's more than I expected, to be honest. It's a little more than I expected in terms of this stuff.
Well, I actually looked it up on their website. I don't know if you like made a profile or anything on their website, but I did.
I did not.
Just so I could have access into like their catalog of what they've released and what's available.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it is just hundreds of figures that are, they're not figures. That's tchotchke topper lids, I guess, but hundreds have been released, and they actually have them marked with circles as commons, and then there's like diamonds as rares, and then stars with like super de-duper rares.
Okay.
So,
all right.
You should really if you're hanging on to like buckets of these, you should really go through it and check out what you got.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah, they have like a whole collector's app.
Yeah.
So like they're leaning into this big time, which I guess makes sense. But
yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah, because I mean, they really push for it to be like, oh no, these are like, you know, you can wash them, you know, take the labels off the bottles, and you can reuse the bottles and all that. So like, there's a whole push to, you know, make these relevant post your one drink that you're buying. But for me, it is such a stretch. I mean, personally, I'm just like there's no appeal here at all, because I'm just like, it's lids, you know. I can't get past that, because it's like you can't do anything with them. You know, worst comes to worst with all this stuff that I've collected, it's like all these things, if I died, it's like my kids could play with the stuff that I bought. It's like they could, you know, in theory, you know, set them up, play with them. I guess you could play with this stuff, but they are just lids, you know?
Yeah.
That's what bothers me.
You'd have to be pretty imaginative. I mean, it's like they're pretty adjacent to like Pez dispensers, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of a toy, or like ornaments.
That's the thing. Acquiring them is the best part, because it's like you don't have to go to the toy store to get this stuff. It's like they're all over the place. They're all, any gas station you go into, it's like, well, let's check out which ones they got, and you know, and we'll make our decision from there. You could go anywhere and pick these up, which is that part is fun. It's finding them, and then you get them, and it's like, we got them. Go onto the app and check it off.
We certainly got them.
They're tchotchkes.
Well, I mean, you get that sweet drink too. You get that nice drink.
Oh yeah.
What flavor did you get? I was gonna ask.
So glad you asked. Because yeah, I wasn't aware that there were flavors. I thought it was all just apple juice. So
there's many flavors.
Oh, there's many flavors. Okay. Well, I saw the apple juice, and then there was one that was chocolate milk, and that was the Dilophosaurus. I'm like, get me some chocolate milk, dude.
Did you partake? Did you drink it?
Yeah. I got home, and my wife was giving the kids a bath, so I pounded it really quick, and I took the lid off it. And nobody's the wiser. So
did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, the two adult sips I got out of it. Yeah, it was great. I will say the lid that I pulled off of it is different than the juice lids. It's actually like twice as long. So it's a bigger lid. So I'm wondering if that's a different market.
I mean, it could be. Like, that's actually true, because I just looked juice toppers. I think they kind of intertwine, at least on eBay I'm seeing that they kind of intertwine. But yeah, the lids are different.
Yes,
that is for sure.
Okay, the lids are different, and also the price was different. It's actually 30 cents more to buy the milk.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to flip these, your margins are razor thin if your character's on the milk top.
I'll also say, it seems like you didn't mind the milk. I thought the milk was absolutely disgusting.
Oh.
It's like shelf-stable milk. It's not like refrigerated milk. So it is, it's quite gross. My kids didn't even want it. They were like, we usually get the juice. So we usually get grape. Grape is like number one. And if they don't grape, then maybe we'll get apple.
Well, it was very dependent on which character that I wanted. And I didn't want Woody, and I didn't want whatever else I was looking at. I think it was some dog. I'm pretty sure it was like, I think it was, it might have been Paw Patrol. I'm not sure.
It was probably a Paw Patrol. I'm actually surprised with some of the listings that I'm not seeing more of the characters that I've seen in the past. Like they have like Blippi on this thing. Like I've seen Blippi be a character, and just like,
have you seen him? Because he's rare.
We've gotten Blippi in the past.
He's rare.
Oh yeah,
he's hard to find.
I threw him away.
Oh no, he's hard to find.
I've had so many of these that I've tossed. Like, I'm telling you, like, weeks of going to the grocery store. We get one every week, and now we get two every week, because both of them come with me.
Oh, man.
And I'm just now being like, I should hang on to the lids.
At least download the app or create a profile and figure out which ones are rare and which ones are common. So you at least have an understanding of what you're looking for.
I think I'm going to hang on to, like, because I'm going to end up with, like, close to 100 lids a year. Because, like, we go every week. It's, like, 50 weeks about. So I should have, like, 100 lids a year. And I think I'm just going to, at the end of the year, just post them and be like, here you go, 100 lids. What do you got? What are you giving me for them? And then try to just make some of my money back. For, like, try to get free juice out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
It ain't cheap.
Yeah.
You just, like,
definitely.
You know, it's a little, like, it's kind of nice because it's a way for, like, the company to kind of, like, get you that money back in a way. If you know, like, I wish there were more products where you could be like, all right, well, I don't need this piece of it. It's trash, but, like, somebody wants this. I can flip it. And, like, I got the enjoyment out of it, and now I can just, like, give somebody this part.
I think that's the part that bothers me the most. Apart from it not being a toy, but we're still, like, collecting it. It's, like, the whole idea of somebody had their mouth all over that. And for all I know, they put the whole thing in their mouth. And it's like, here's $20. Give me the thing that you had in your mouth. You know, it's disgusting.
It is. It's such a strange thing to want to collect. I mean, I guess not too many people are doing it, but it seems like there's only a few sellers and a few. There was like a couple in a row that were the same name.
It is.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's a emerging market, so you know, tread carefully. But if you're like me and you're just these are piling up anyway. I do feel bad that they are recommended that you like reuse them and stuff. I just like, what am I gonna do with like 100 bottles? Like 100 of those bottles. Like I gotta get rid of. I recycle them, but
yeah,
I gotta get rid of them.
No, I understand, but just like you know, whatever space you have left in your house, which I know you don't have a lot of space left, get a bucket and tuck these in somewhere because
I'm committed now. I'm committed.
All right, cool.
We're keeping them. We're keeping the lids. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just definitely the lids. I don't think you're selling the bottles.
No. Nobody wants the bottles. Even the people are trying to sell like here's a 3-pack Woody, Buzz, and Jesse with the bottles like still attached. I'm like nobody wants that. They just want the lid.
Yeah.
Nobody wants the bottle. It's all about the lids.
But yeah, I had to buy one for myself because I remember we bought one on like a road trip and I didn't really pay it any mind. And I was just like, man, like then I saw you had this on here. I'm like, I gotta see what the buzz is. Then I bought one. Then I looked it up, and I'm just like, oh wow, there is this whole thing. There's people making like YouTube videos of just like, hey, here's my collection. Like I bought this. Like this one's super rare. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm not like judging. I'm not judging because I got a wall full of Power Rangers stuff, so I'm not judging. But it is kind of weird, just like from a collector standpoint, to like be holding on to this stuff. It's. I don't know. I mean, I guess people collected stamps, but that's more interesting than this. But that's just what comes to mind. It's like stuff that was like...
I'm actually thinking of like Snapple caps. Remember Snapple caps?
Yeah, but did people like go all out and like collect all that? I'm sure there's some people out there.
But they weren't as cool. I'm actually looking them up right now. Little bonus Snapple caps. They're pretty. You can get them for like pennies. But
these things are created for like utilitarian purposes, like to drink a drink. Like this. That's why they exist. So I guess people like collect tools and stuff. So who am I to judge? I don't know.
This is like Pez, you know, and like Pez started eBay. So like this is like the stuff that people go nuts for. It's like not well, they're leaning more into it.
Dude, I will always have Pez. I will always back Pez. I will always be in Pez's corner.
You won't back this though.
No, dude, Pez serves a purpose. You could keep, you know, buying candy and stand them up next to each other, and it doesn't feel gross because I'm not like putting my mouth all over it.
I mean, you could keep buying juice, dude. Just keep buying juice and filling the bottle up.
Yeah,
that's what they want you to do.
They want you to buy other juice.
They want you to have your little Mickey bottle. Yeah, dude, just buy other juice. That's what they're missing. They need refill. They probably have it. Good to grow refills to refill all your juices.
Oh, okay. That would make you feel good about it. See, I feel like that would make me feel good about it if there was like a big, like, you know, 2 liter of it sitting next to all the other juice. Like, here, refill your good to grow juice bottles. That would make me feel good about it.
Yes. I suppose.
Maybe not necessarily buying it, but knowing that it's there would make.
Yeah, knowing that it's there, and it's like, okay, that's an option. It comes full circle. It makes sense. Now it makes sense why someone might hang on to the bottle. But yeah, no, it's I want the bluey ones though, man. I'm eyeing those up. Hopefully they have him next time. See, I'm also at the mercy of what my kids want because they select the characters, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to push them towards like ooh, this is a rare one. Like, look, it's, I don't know, Peppa Pig. Like, they don't really know Peppa Pig. They're like, I don't know that. I don't want that.
All right. Well, do me a favor. You see this stuff more than I do, obviously. So next time or whenever, keep looking for the red Power Ranger helmet because I'll take that off.
Oh, I saw him.
Did you?
I saw him actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Man,
you know what? I actually convinced my son to get him this past trip.
Oh my lord!
And that was what triggered me. This has all come full circle.
Because he's
That's what
rare.
triggered me to look into this stuff.
He's rare.
Is he rare? Oh, you're gonna hate me. I threw it away.
No.
I threw it away. Yeah, I threw it away. Oh man, that's my de facto. It's just like throw it away.
And not that I wanted it, but I'm just like, you know what? Like, if I'm gonna be seeing these things and looking for them, I might as well just like check it out. Because then I found that it's rare. I'm like, all right, oh god, do I even want this?
They'll probably release the rest of the gang at some point.
At some point, probably.
They got like. Yeah. They go deep on this stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep your eyes peeled for the rares. There you go. Hopefully you guys will have a new appreciation for good to grow bottles, which I really was just like, these are straight garbage. But you know, somebody wants them out there. There's somebody's treasure.
This one's just for fans.
Fan involvement section.
All right, Motyl, we got some fan involvement. Thank you to our 2 fans that wrote in this cast or this, you know, period of time before we did a cast. But so we have 2 fans to shout out. The first one being Sarah H. She sent us a really awesome email with some mystery toys that she had come across. And ooh, Motyl, was this email directed at you, my friend? She didn't even know it, but let's tell the fans what Sarah had in her midst that you.
Sarah H. Yeah, she had a wonderful mixed assortment of. It was all Power Rangers toys, all Power Ranger Megazords. She sent us pictures that she just didn't really know what she had, and she asked us to identify some of the things that she had, and I absolutely love doing that stuff. So I went through every single picture she sent, and I told her exactly what she has. So gave her some insight. She was kind of on the line, like on the fence of like donating this stuff, and I'm just like, oh man, she's got some good stuff there. I'd hate for her to just give all that away. So hopefully, Sarah, you know, you throw this on eBay one day and get a good price for it because you really do have some quality stuff there. So thanks for writing in, and thanks for listening to the show. Really appreciate the love.
Yes, love write-ins like that. Highly recommend sending us questions or just like thoughts. Hey, check out my collection, whatever. We want to hear from you guys. We want to talk to the community more and get you guys on the cast. So please write in. The next one we have is from Greg A. he wanted to share a pretty cool thing. He is an app developer, it seems, and he worked on an app called Bricked. It's Brick, and then with a D at the end, just a D, no ED. And it's a social Lego collecting app, Lego building app. I checked it out a little bit. It seems like they're small but growing. They have about 1,000 users at this point. And it's a really nice app. You can track your collection. You can kind of talk about the sets that you've built. And he built it all himself. So it's at getbricked.com. You can check it out. That's getbricked, BRICKD.com. And yeah, I want to shout that out for Greg. He's a longtime listener. Thank you, Greg, for reaching out. And yeah, we're happy to share stuff like that too from our friends in the community. So thanks, Greg. Thanks, Sarah. Great fan involvement. Collection update. Almost. All right.
Love it.
Motyl, collection updates. How we doing? How we doing on collection? You want to go first? You want me to go?
I'm good with whoever.
Why don't you kick us off? I'm gonna bring it home in a big way, dude. So okay. you kick us off.
Yeah, it's not too huge. I am buying some stuff here and there for like, my Power Rangers collection, but some of the stuff that's like here and there, I kind of want to share on here, which this is definitely under that category. It's like, I have a small appreciation, well, not small, but just like an appreciation for Transformers. I'm not just like this big Transformers guru fan, like, Transformers! It's like, I liked seeing the cartoon every once in a while. I liked the movies a lot. Like, whenever one of the movies is on, I do watch it. Revenge of the Fallen is one of those where it's like, it hasn't really garnered a lot of praise, but I don't know, it's kind of my favorite, honestly.
Sounds like you.
Transformers, man. They came to McDonald's at one point, and this was when we were in college.
I remember that. Yeah, I kind of remember this.
I was going to say, you might remember this. I, for so long, have just kind of been sleeping on the figures that I got from our college days, where I still have them. There were 6 figures in this collection. I only had Megatron, Starscream, and Blackout, and I had Ironhide.
Okay. I didn't realize we had him. All right.
But, what do you mean you didn't realize? Don't you remember?
Did we have Ironhide together? I remember getting Starscream and you being like, Starscream!
Starscream! Yeah, dude. But I should probably clarify, back in the day when Strick and I were in college, we drove to McDonald's super late one night.
A lot.
I think it might have been like a weekend. I don't know when it was, but we had this kid helping us out. Like, it was like, I don't know, 11 o'clock, midnight. And some kid was there, and we were just like, hey, are you still selling Happy Meals? Like, can we get a Happy Meal? He was like, yeah. We were like, okay, well, we're looking for the toys, like the Transformers toys. Which ones do you have? He was like, hang on. And he just comes back to the window, and he's like, actually, we have this whole bag of them that we're trying to get rid of. Just take them. Do you remember that?
Vaguely, yeah.
It was all Ironhide and Blackouts, and we're like, sweet. And then we divvied them all up between us and like all our friends. It was
I
just,
do remember that.
Oh my
part,
gosh,
yeah.
It was so funny. I was just cracking up. It's kind of one of those collections where it's like I only had Ironhide, Megatron, Starscream, and Blackout, and I kind of wanted to just start completing this collection because I still had those figures from back in the day. And I picked...
you have most of them.
Well, I did, and I didn't really get too much further, but I wanted to let you know that I picked up a Megatron, but I already had Megatron, but I didn't have the missile that he comes with. So now I have
that missile.
Now I have the missile.
You got the Megatron missile. Okay, we're getting close.
So now we got 4 out of the 6, all right? So we're doing pretty good. Yeah, that kind of just jogs some memories there because that was one of the funniest nights, man. As stupid as it sounds, we were all just dying when he just brought out that huge bag of all those toys. We were just cracking up. So this collection kind of holds a special place in my heart just because I do want to eventually collect the complete set of Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. Want to make sure they are in good condition and at the right price. So then that made me start thinking about Well, do you remember that other time where we went to Burger King to get... Do you remember when they were giving out, like, John Cena, like fluffy stuffed wrestlers?
Yeah, I remember that one, yeah.
Yeah, they were passing out, like, fluffy stuffed pillow wrestlers or something, and there was only, like, 3 in the set. One of them was, like, the Ultimate Warrior, and I can't think of the other one. I don't have it. But we were just like, we got John Cena, and then we traveled all the way with another one of our friends, and we were just like, hey, we're gonna get Burger King. Do you want Burger King? He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So he goes with us, and we're like, hi, yes, welcome to Burger King. Hi, yes, what toy do you have? And they're like, it's the wrestlers. We're like, you gotta be more specific than that. Which wrestler do you have right now? They're like, it's John Cena. And we're like, all right, thanks. See you later. And we just pull out of the drive-thru. And our other friend was like, oh my gosh, what are you guys doing?
He was like, wait, what are we doing? We're leaving the drive-thru. I do remember that.
He was like, oh, not the toy we wanted? Okay.
And we just went. I think we just went to McDonald's.
Yeah, we sure did. We went to the McDonald's. That's right.
Yeah, because it was right there. Yeah.
But
I mean, Burger King was always second or third choice. Of going out late. So I mean, it took some coaxing to even get our friend to come with us to Burger King.
Oh yeah.
And then he was in, and then we were like, all right, never mind. We're going to McDonald's.
But yeah, those two those two stories popped up into my head when I bought that Megatron missile. But I wanted to also mention McDonald's. They are currently, or maybe it's ended because it started like in August at some point. They are. I don't know if you're aware of it, but they ran a promotion for 6 new collector cups. So I'm not sure if you're aware.
Ooh, I don't think I knew that.
Well, I got kind of jazzed about it because the collector cups, each one of them represents like 3 different tiers of past McDonald's toys, like toy promotions that they did. So one of them's like consisting of like Jurassic Park, Shrek, and something else, I forget. Another one is like complete committed like McDonald's Land. Another one's like Hello Kitty, Barbie, Hot Wheels, something. I don't even know. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to like try to get like a bunch of these. But then I just kind of like stopped in my tracks. I'm like, do I need this stuff? I was like, you know what? I need one. So I got one, and I was
I need one.
I was a little disappointed with it, I'll be honest with you, because I didn't read it completely. I was like too excited, and I got the cup, and it was plastic. I was like, oh, it's a plastic cup. Come on, man.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I thought for sure it was glass, dude. And then I was just like,
they gotta do the glass, boys.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% not getting the rest of these. No way.
Which one did you get?
Did you look them up?
I'm looking at them.
Okay, yeah, it's the Shrek, Jurassic Park, and some other franchise, I forget.
Oh, okay. Did you want that one, or that's
no,
just the one?
Dude, I wanted McDonald Land.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's one of the lamer ones.
No, that's like second best. The other ones all are like girly. It's like Barbie and Hello Kitty.
Well, I guess Hello Kitty. I can't. The one I can't really see, but yeah, the Shrek and Jay. I guess.
But I don't know.
Bad, but I'm looking at like the Grimace is looking good.
Yeah,
that's the one I would have got.
That's the one I want. But I'm just like, you know what? I don't need it. It's not glass. I'm like, this is like total like collector tourist trap area. I'm just like, I don't need it, man. Yeah. So I stopped dead in my tracks there. I'm like, one and done. That's it. I don't need them. Because I'm just like, why are you not doing glass? Like, do the glass. Like, that's the stuff that everybody remembers. Don't you remember Strick? I'm gonna bring up another collection. They did the Coke glasses while we were in college, and I thought that was so sweet.
I totally forgot about that.
Oh, you did?
Collected so many of those.
Yes. I still have mine.
I had so many of those in my house, and my mom's like, what are we doing with these? And I'm like, they're collectibles. I forget what I did with those, but oh my, I completely forgot about those.
Yes, they are still packed up in my garage right now.
That is so great.
Yeah, man.
Are they worth anything?
I don't know. I haven't checked on them. I'm too eager to bust them out and drink root beer floats with my kids with them at some point.
Next investing segment, I'm gonna look into.
Yes.
See what's going on with them. All the McDonald's glasses. We'll take a look.
So that's kind of my collection update. It's kind of like a catch-all, like sort of fast food collecting, reminiscent type deal because I couldn't really land on one specific thing. But yeah, man, just good times. So many things. Just looking back on fondly and collecting and pigging out and horrible fast food with you.
All the good times, and the ones to come. So that's a good transition to mine. This is a new collection in the Strick household. Play the alarm or whatever. New collection, here it comes. And dude, it is action figures. We're getting into it, man.
Hey,
my whole life have not really collected any action figures or been very interested in them, and now that I have 2 boys, that's changing pretty quick. So what we have is Spidey and his amazing friends. Motyl, have you watched this show? Do you know about this show at all?
I am not gonna for a second pretend that I've seen it many times, but I promise you I have seen it, and my kid does like Spider-Man a whole lot.
Cool. Like, I feel like most kids right now, this show is pretty hot. It's on Disney Plus. Spidey and His Amazing Friends. I'm sure it's on Disney Channel too, but nobody watches that. So yeah, it's Spider-Man and Miles Morales, Spidey, and Ghost Spider. They're the main crew, and then you got like more kidified versions of the baddies. It's just a kidified Spider-Man show, and my son really likes it. A lot of kids in his class like Spider-Man, and he was just kind of asking about it. I was like, we could watch the show, like, let's check it out, and he has really fallen in love with it. So this was for him, and my youngest actually is liking the show too, and that'll kind of play in here. And I was looking around for, you know, action figures. We have these guys in Lego form, but I'm just like, they really want to beat these guys up. Like, the Lego's just not really doing it for how they want to play. So I'm like, we're gonna dip into action figures. Let's do it. And luckily, there's not too much to select from. It, like, Hasbro's kind of got it cornered on this stuff. And there's the hero action figures, which is what I got. And then there's just some, like, you know, PVC looking blocky, not great figures. So I went this route with the hero action figures. I think they're 6-point articulation. It's like head, 2 on the arms, and then just the feet move all together.
It's all you need, baby.
Yeah, man, they're pretty nice looking. They're liking them. Actually, my youngest likes them a lot more than my oldest, which is kind of funny. They are, now you're going to love this, they love the villains. They just love those villains, dude. And it is Gobby all day, Green Goblin. And, dude, Rhino. They love Rhino. I don't even remember Rhino from Spider-Man. I don't think he's that popular of a, I can't say that. I don't know anything about Spider-Man, but I'm pretty sure he's not that popular of a villain. But in the show, he's like number 2 to Green Goblin. He's like in almost every episode, or at least in a lot of the early ones.
If Tobey Maguire didn't fight him, it's like, I don't really remember it.
Right? Yeah, like he's not in the movies. I don't know about him. But they love Rhino. So it produced a predicament. So like I linked to 2 links here. The first one is exactly what I bought him for. It was supposed to be like, you know, later birthday, Christmas stuff, but he did first day of school and he just did so great that we were like, let's give him a couple of these guys. So we gave him Gobby, Spidey, they call Miles Morales Spin in the show, so Spin, and then Ghost Spider, and what else did I give him? And then that was it. I think I gave him those 4. So I have the other 4 ready to go for, you know, the next thing, birthday or whatever comes next. And then I was looking all around for a Rhino, man, and like he's not really out in this wave, in this hero action figures line, except you can get him, he's coming out in a vehicles wave 3, where I gotta buy the same figure again to get Rhino. So I plunked down the money. It was $52.
Yes,
I'm getting
yes.
a Rhino with a car, a Spidey with a car, and Iron Man with a car. So I'll multiples of those. But dang, dude, that Rhino fig is like, he's gonna be a hot commodity in the household. Because my older son loves him. My younger son pretends he's Rhino constantly. He's just like, he doesn't say, well, he talks pretty well for like a kid under 2, but he's like, I'm Rhino, just like constantly. He's pretending to be Rhino. So that's going to be the big ticket item. I think it's going to be under the Christmas tree, I think, this year. From Daddy. That's from me.
Yes.
So I felt like a proud papa. I went out there, I did my research, did my homework. I'm feeling good about this line. I like Action Hero. They do other stuff other than Spidey, but yeah, man, I think this is it. I feel good about dipping in here and into the action figure realm.
You're in the Hasbro space, dude. I love it. I love that you're just, you know, welcome to having to rebuy figures you've already purchase. That's welcome. I love that you're here.
Oh my gosh, it's criminal, man. And like I'm cheating because I'm on Entertainment Earth. I'm just like, give me the case, dude. I'm not going to the store. I'm not like some joker, I'm not messing around.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, just give me everybody. But then like I bought this wave, and there was somebody else that came in another set. I think it was like Doc Ock. It's a girl in the show.
I know that much.
And she's like, number 3. So like both my boys love her too. So they're like, Doc Ock? Like, did we get Doc Ock? And I'm like, we got this like Elektra. And they're like, who's Elektra? They don't know who she is. And I don't even know who the cat one is. Like, I don't know who that is either. But yeah, that's so we're gonna be hunting and pecking around, and I'm probably gonna be ending up with a lot of dupes of these guys.
It's great, man.
All in good fun, man. All for the fun of the game.
It's good.
It's good stuff.
You include those dupes in your too good, or what's it called? your juice slots.
Oh, good to grow.
Good to grow juice slots.
Like, and a Spider-Man without his car. Here you go.
No Rhino included.
Yes, certainly. I know that they're gonna release him either on his own or just later, but I'm just like, he needs to be under the tree because I don't know how much longer Spidey's going to be relevant in the household. So we'll get him now.
That is so cool. I love it, dude. I love that you're getting into Spider-Man because my kid, like I said, is really into Well, he really likes Spider-Man. He's not like super into the lore yet, but I am like kind of angling him that way just because he really, like I've said before, he likes Power Rangers a whole lot. But it's like, right now, Power Rangers is kind of stagnant, so he's kind of living in the past, and he doesn't know it. So, like, he'll watch Power Rangers on Netflix, and he loves playing Power Rangers. He loves playing with the toys that I bought him. But it's like, man, I don't want him to be like that kid that's like, he's the only one who's playing with Power Rangers. Like, he's playing with himself in the corner, like, and other kids are like, no, Spider-Man. Who's not watching Spider-Man right now? So I am like trying to incorporate Spider-Man into stuff. And this is definitely an area that I am struggling with. So like I definitely am looking at this stuff and like taking notes. I'm like, man, this looks like the kind of stuff that he would definitely play with. So I appreciate you bringing that on, man.
I can vouch. I don't know much about action figures, but these are doing it. They can stand up pretty well for like how big their heads are, and they're just like great in the hand. The kids love them. Like they look just like the show. They're good. I had no qualms with plunking down that much change for that Rhino fig. I was like, he is gonna be numero uno in the house for sure. Because we play a lot with the little Rhino Lego figure right now, and he just, they're doing their best with him, but I know it's not as fun as we could be having with these, especially the cars, dude. Oh my god, like they love cars. They're gonna go absolutely crazy for this when we get it.
I love it, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So there's just so much flooding into my house, but that's the thing that I bought. That's the thing that I wanted to make sure we got, and I'm sure. We're kind of wrapping up here, but I know we're gonna do a Halloween cast. We'll do a little tease. We're gonna do our Halloween cast. Got to get that on the out there, and then we're gonna be getting close, and we're gonna be doing the holiday cast. So there's lots of stuff I want to talk about that we're like getting or think about getting.
Yes.
So I'll save that stuff for our top 10 toy list, man. I'll save some of that stuff.
So much good stuff coming. Since we already teased it, man, so much. I got so much spooky stuff coming on this next Halloween cast coming in October. Everybody,
I had to hold myself back from all the spooky stuff. But,
I know, me too.
I'll have
man.
some. I'll have something to contribute for sure.
It's gonna be a good 2024 spooky cast. Can't wait.
Yeah, dude. So look forward to that. And that's gonna do it for us today. If you'd like to stay up to date on all things Toy Talk Guys, be sure to follow us on all the social channels where we are. Definitely YouTube. Just search for the Toy Talk Guys. Please give us a 5-star review wherever you can in your podcast app of choice, and just tell a friend about the show. Just say, hey man, Toy Talk Guys, they're pretty cool. Check them out. And as always, thanks for listening. We hope to see you guys next time.